we have completed about operators in Java: arithmetic, relational, bitwise, logical, and ternary operators. In case anyone has not watched those videos or not aware of these operators, go ahead and watch the videos first and then come back to this video for solving programs on the same. I, Shalini Mittal from Tech Gatha, welcome you all to this interesting video on how to solve programs. So let's get started. Suppose that you have a program where you want to create a class and it takes 5 numbers as input from the user. You want to display the sum of 5 numbers, but the major challenge over here is you have to do that using only 2 variables. So for example, I have input values as 5, 10, 3, 6, 2. The output that I need is the addition of all these numbers, that is 26. Now, of course, we can create 5 variables: a1, a2, a3, a4, a5. Take the input from the user, sum equals to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 plus a5. But here the requirement is that some of the numbers needs to be found only by 2 variables. How can we do that? Assume we have a variable a, which is going to store the input taken from the user. So assume that user enters a value as 5. Now what we want to do is 5, then the next value will be 10. Now if I put 10 in A, 5 will be lost. So we can store that 5 in another variable sum, so sum is 5. Now the value of A is stored in a variable, we can take next input in the variable A, that is 10. We already have 5 in this sum. If I say 5 plus 10, I get 15. So I say sum plus A and I store the result in the same variable sum. And then the third value 3, we add this value in the previous result 15 and we get a new value, that is 18. Then the fourth value, add in the previous result 18, and then the fifth value, add in the previous result 24. So let's go ahead and see how do we program this in Java. So I already have a class sum of numbers with the main method scanner to take the input from the user, and I say enter a number int asc dot next int. We'll create a variable sum wherein we store the value of a. Now once this value of a is stored in the variable, now I'm good to go to take next input from the user. So I can say I can change this to enter first number, enter second number. Now because we are taking the variable a again to take the second number as input, we don't have to declare it again as it is declared already once. So we take the input and then we can say sum is equals to sum plus a. That's it, and we have to go on and repeat these 3 steps again and again for third number, fourth number, and the fifth number. So we say enter third number, we say enter fourth number, and here we say enter fifth number. And then we can just print the result saying that sum of 5 numbers is sum. So let's go ahead and check the output. 3, I enter 10, I enter 2, I enter 1, I enter 4. So 10 plus 3, 13, 14, 15, 16 plus 4, that is sum of 5 numbers is 20. Now let's solve the next program. Here we have to take the input from the user, that is seconds, and convert that into hours, minutes, and seconds. So for example, input is 5620 seconds, and we have to convert that and display 1 hour 33 minutes and 40 seconds. Now how do we do the conversion of seconds into hours and minutes? We know that 1 minute is 60 seconds and 1 hour is 60 minutes or 3600 seconds. So if 1 hour is 3600 seconds, the input is 5620. What is 5620 seconds in terms of hour? So if we divide seconds, that is 5620 by 3600, whatever quotient we get, that is the hour. Whatever remainder that we get, that is the remaining time. Now from this remaining time, if we divide it by 60, we get the minutes, that is the quotient, and whatever is left out after the remainder is the seconds. So this is very easy to solve. So if you want to solve this, let's see in a program. So again, a simple class created, again scanner taking the input from the user, that is the seconds. Now to get the hours, we saw that if we divide this seconds by 3600, we get the number of hours. Now we want the remaining time, that we get by seconds mod 3600. Now once we got the remaining time, now we need to find the minutes and seconds from that. So I can say int minutes is equals to remaining time divided by 60, and I can get the seconds by saying remaining time mod 60. And if I go ahead and print, so let's compile and see. We enter a value 5620. We get the output 1 hour 33 minutes and 40 seconds. Let's go ahead and solve the last program in this video. In the last program, we will be taking an input from the user, that is single number but a 3-digit number, and we have to find the sum of individual digits. For example, input is 567 and we need to find 5 plus 6 plus 7, that is 18. Now the challenge over here is how to get these individual numbers. If we know a bit of maths, we know that when we divide a number by 10, we get the quotient as 56 and the remainder as 7, we got first digit. When we take this quotient and divide again that by 10, we get the quotient as 5 and the remainder as 6, that is second digit. Again we divide this quotient by 10, we get the quotient as 0 and the remainder as 5. So you can see we got the 3 digits individually, 5, 6, 7. So if you want to represent that in terms of programming languages, I'll say assume variable a has a value 5, 6, 7. Remainder gives me 7, and when I divide it gives me the quotient. I'll use the same quotient and again I'll find the next remainder and the next quotient, and meanwhile I will store the remainder in a variable and then go on and continuously add it. So we have seen finding sum of 5 numbers. It's the same thing, just that here for finding the sum, the numbers are the remainders. So let's go ahead and implement this in the program as well. So again, a simple class sum of digits created, scanner, input, enter a 3-digit number. Now what we need is, first we need the remainder from the number. So we'll say number mod 10, we got the remainder. Then we'll change the number itself and we say number is equals to number divided by 10, we get the next quotient. And then we will have a sum variable where I will store the remainder. Now we just have to repeat these steps twice, remembering that we don't have to declare the sum again because it's being declared initially already, and we just have to say the next remainder that we are getting, we have to add it in the previous sum that we get. So that's it, and when we print this, we can say sum is and sum. So let's go ahead and execute. So we'll enter 5, 6, 7 and you can see 5 plus 6 plus 7, we get the sum as 18. So this is how you can then think about in terms of mathematical logic, how the logic is, and then try to implement the same in Java. So with this, we come to an end of this video. Happy learning, take care, and bye-bye.